Bag D, time to build the shocks. And as usual, I've got everything set up for sort of a assembly line production here, although I'm not yet familiar with the individual parts here. So I'm just gonna start lining things up according to the instructions. They start with you building the body and creating the little cartridge down at the bottom, the lower seal. So you can go ahead and go through all that and see how it goes. The kit recommended setup uses the same pistons front and rear, which is convenient because it means that's just one less thing that you have to worry about. Making sure you get it right. Just do it the same all the way around. It uses the same shock oil all the way around, which is convenient for the same reason. However, there is one thing that they don't actually show you in the diagram. They do make a note of it on the diagram page for building these shocks, that the front shocks need a 2mm spacer on the shaft, so be sure to include that. Now, if you haven't seen it already, I do have a video that goes through the process of building bladder shocks like these. Gives you some tips along the way, some tips and tricks for making it a little bit easier, so be sure to check that out if you haven't seen it. And there's the last of my shocks. Now it's time to install these babies. There we go, all the shocks installed. Really cool thing that they did with the kinks in these arms is it actually allows you to change the stiffness of your suspension without changing your down travel. If you look at it for a little bit, you'll figure out how that works. You can actually go to a slightly stiffer setting compared to stock by just moving out here, and you should, I believe from looking at it, you should end up with the same down travel. I think that that's going to be the same case up front as well, although it's a little bit harder to spot because the geometry is a little bit unconventional here and can kind of mess with your eyes. But anyway, that's most of the vehicle now. It's just going to be a bunch of small little things which I will cover in the next video.